Good afternoon and welcome to the Chartreuse Leprechaun. My name is Mark, your host, and today I'm actually having a migraine. I know, sounds like some gaffe involving the Chartreuse Leprechaun, and I know it doesn't look like there's anything going on, but I promise this is real. And I wanted it on camera so you could see what it's like for me. And normally I do personal videos about, once a month. And we already did one about 2 weeks ago. But this is important. Thankfully, I've got videos already created and scheduled for the next 2.5 weeks, and I can shuffle them around to get this one in tomorrow, which will be October 17th, 2020. That's how important I think this is. Now, migraineurs, sufferers of migraines, are vastly misunderstood and stereotyped. It's lazy, we're this, with all kinds of... and I'm going to be very blunt in my next statement. Oh, my voice is already going. This is not good. If you have not had a migraine, and God bless you if you haven't, or if you don't live with a sufferer or you're around one often, then you really have no idea what those who suffer migraines go through. There are millions who suffer from them. You want some stunning information? Migraine is the third most common disorder in the world. The world. It's the 7th highest cause of disability in the world. And it's actually the fourth highest cause of disability just among women. And migraines are different for everyone. Migraines may or may not involve the headache. They may or may not involve vision problems, hearing problems, any other symptoms, and there's like a dozen or so symptoms. In my case, they sometimes do, any of those things, but migraines always, for everyone, always involves severe fatigue and brain fog. It's why sufferers have so much trouble functioning. The best inaccurate description I have is the brain has effectively been overloaded and is shutting down to rest. That's the only way I know how to describe it. Now, I suffer from a rare form of migraine called hemiplegic migraines. Now, what that means for me is left-sided weakness. If I have a migraine, my left side goes weak. I've got muscles that don't want to function, a body that feels like it's got the energy of an arthritic snail on one side, on exactly one half of my body. You can draw a line down the middle of it. And yeah, it's always on the left. You can kind of see it in my mouth right now. It's not working to the same degree on the left that it is on the right. My left eye, I can force it to open to the same level as the right, but it doesn't. In a lot of ways, this type of migraine is like having a stroke over and over and over, because it just is. The whole fasting, face, arm, all that. That's what it's like. For example, right now, this area of my face, my face, my scalp, it's all kind of tingly and numb. And 3 neurologists have told me it's not strokes. Dozens of MRIs and CT scans told me it's not strokes. So I've quit treating it like strokes. Strokes mean you go to the ER immediately. If you think you are having one, you go to the ER. Do not assume it's a migraine. Okay? I don't go to the ER anymore because after 5 or 6 years of constantly going there, and it wasn't strokes, and we've proved it wasn't strokes, then I don't go. Migraines don't get much in ER treatment. The ER goes for pain and symptom relief, and they send you home. You're still debilitated. You're still suffering, but there's really nothing else they can do than treat the symptoms. It's just the reality of it. To give you an idea of how helpful hospitals and doctors are with migraines, because they really get no headache treatment. They don't. It's like a couple of hours is it in terms of their medical training. The most common advice you get is to avoid migraine triggers. Yeah, triggers, by the way, can be anything from your stress levels to a food, to a smell, to changes in air pressure. Oh yeah, very helpful advice that is. But I digress. I'm having a lot of trouble staying focused right now, folks, so just hang in there with me. Also, right now, the area of my face, from roughly the ear forward to the nose, feels like all kinds of pressure inside. But it's not just pressure inside, it's pressure from the outside in, I guess is the best way to describe it. I can tell you that it hurts to lie down and to put pressure on the entire left side of my head, front, side, and back. That's not sinus pressure. Yes, my sinuses are acting up right now. It's fall in Texas, totally normal, but after 30 years of fall in Texas, I can tell you this is not sinus pressure. However, strangely enough, sinus pressure or sinusitis can be a migraine symptom. Go figure. Now, this migraine started 2 days ago. I've gone months without them, even with all the thoracic outlet stuff and arm problems and nerve problems. I'm amazed that I did not have more migraines during all that time because of all the stress. But I wasn't working. I wasn't doing much of anything other than a few YouTube videos. And so the stress levels were way down and all of that. I've gone, like I said, I've gone months without them, or they were so slight I didn't really notice them. This one started for no known reason, by the way, which is very common for migraines. I didn't do anything super stressful. I didn't change my diet. I'm still getting enough rest. The weather hasn't changed substantially, and on and on. There's lots of theories about what causes migraines, but no one really knows. They just don't know. For hemiplegic migraines, what I suffer from, they have actually discovered there is possibly a couple of genetic mutations. Two, I think they may have found a third recently that could be involved. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's correct. You can look it up. Hemiplegic migraines. I'll put a link to some information in the comments, or in the description rather. But yeah, nobody really knows. They just don't know. And I don't know, but this is what migraines can be like. I am about to go back to bed. I have pretty much had it. You can tell it from my voice. My ability to focus is fading. I'm about to fall asleep because this is taking all the energy I have. I used to work in customer service with this, and I could, about the time it got to this level is when I would go home. I do not have a headache right now. Remember I told you it may or may not come with one? Well, this one didn't. I'm not experiencing vision problems. There is some extra ringing in my ears, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, also a migraine symptom, or can be. But what I have is intense, extreme fatigue. I'm having trouble. If I didn't have some notes in front of me, you can tell I'm kind of looking a little bit off to the side. I've actually got some notes over there. If I didn't have those, this would have been all over the map. It stayed focused because of that, because I can't think my way through. I don't even know where I was going with that. Yeah, clearly I'm fading quickly. This is not good. But I want to leave you with a couple of final thoughts. People are giving up during this time of COVID, the pandemic, the lockdowns, and Lord knows there's times I want to give up. I've been dealing with these migraines for 10 years. Over 10 years. Started in April of 2010. What was at the time diagnosed as a small brainstem stroke, and may actually have been. There's disagreement among the neurologists that have treated me. But I want you to know that in this time, I don't quit. I haven't given up for 10 years, and I'm not going to give up. God knows I've wanted to from time to time, but I don't. And the reason I don't give up is I have hope. I have hope because I met and know Jesus. Now, I know you're thinking religion and all of that. No, I'm talking Jesus, a living being who loves you more than you can imagine. God wants you to know there is hope. Don't give up, and you'll get a reward. It may be stronger character. It may be more money and stuff. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. But it will always include peace knowing you made it. The kind of peace that makes you able to look at the next challenge and face it head on, knowing you can make it because you made it through the last one. Like I made it through the last series of migraines. Like I made it through thoracic outlet. Like I made it through 2 back surgeries. Like I made it through being homeless. Yeah, Jesus lived, died, and rose again so that you could have that peace. It's a peace that no matter what the storm is, you know it'll be all right. For Jesus, that meant the cross. For the Apostle Paul, it meant beheading. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah. For some, it actually does mean health and wealth and all that fun stuff. It's going to look different for everybody. Jesus doesn't change. And he offers you hope in the midst of whatever darkness you're facing. It's not an easy road, but I challenge you to surrender to Jesus and walk that road. And like I said, you can tell I'm winding down. My voice is gone. My ability to, like I said, if I didn't have notes in front of me, I'd never made it through this. So I am going to head off to bed. I want to thank you for your time. You chose to spend it with us here at the Chartreuse Leprechaun, and we're very grateful because your time is valuable. And with that, I will wish you a great day, a great week, and we'll see you here next time on the Chartreuse Leprechaun. Bye-bye. Did I go the wrong way? I did. Oh, that's fun. I just went 900 meters in the wrong direction. That was where we wanted to go. Well, fantastic.